Hello once more. This is Emperor Tembu II Botani Majola, the Emperor of our Tembu Nation. I now proceed with my recording. I'm recording now pillar number 3 of Imvuselelo BaThembu, which is socio-economic development with specific emphasis on job creation and creation of businesses or entrepreneurs, as we call it today. Now, there's so many things that you can do to participate. It is not possible for me to mention all of them there. It is one of the largest portfolios. But having said that, these are some of the things that you can do, not limited to what I'm going to say. Suppose you are running a business, whether it's a restaurant or whatever that you're running, sitting somewhere in Mafikeng, and you want to participate. So what you do, you simply send us an email, not exceeding one page, one A4 size page, where you just briefly set out what are you doing, what kind of business are you doing, when did you start, what are you selling, how many employees that you have, what are the top 3 main challenges that your business is facing. Those basics. So what is going to happen is once we receive that email from you, then we are going to write back to you to actually give you our analysis of the issues that are affecting you, and also give you an analysis or as a proposed way forward as to how those issues could be resolved so that your business runs in a profitable manner. It is as simple as that. So all other things will actually come after you have actually sent the email. They cannot come before you send the email, because we are not able to predict the issues that are affecting people in all 9 South African provinces. It's not possible. That is now if you are already an entrepreneur. The other person is a situation of someone who desires to be an entrepreneur, and he has got no clue where does he start. So what you do, again, you simply drop us an email. Tell us who you are, where you stay, what is it that you want to start or to learn to know in business. You tell us that you are a starter or a novice. Then once we get that email from you, we are going to give you a proposal. One of the major parts of the proposals that we will actually give to you, because we don't want to mislead you, will tell you the truth, is that you need to acquire business skills. In today's life, more than 90% of startup businesses, they crash within the first 6 months, having been given so much money from government, from banks and everything. And the main reason why they crash is because the people who ran those businesses rushed to have businesses without acquiring business skills. It's no longer about luck. It's no longer about anything today. It has got a lot to do with you acquiring the necessary business skills so that you run business in a professional manner. If you do not have the business skills, the chances of you running a successful business are effectively zero. And I'm saying that with absolute confidence. So that's one thing that we'll advise you to do. We will put our proposal to you, and then we take it from there. That is now if you want to run a business. The third situation is the situation of somebody who is unemployed. He's unemployed, he or she is a graduate or not a graduate, is unemployed, he wants to get some work. What do you do? I did communicate with such people. On many occasions, I asked them to give me their WhatsApp. I have already sent out more than 200 WhatsApp in the past 3 days to people that have got their contacts, giving them various opportunities that we have been given by credible institutions. Those people whom I gave WhatsApp messages, yes, about the opportunities, are currently busy working on those opportunities as of now. So there is no justification for you to sit there at home and say, I don't have a job, and don't do anything about it. You will never wake up having a job. You will have to fight for you to get a job. That's how it works. So if you are that kind of a person who say, I need a job, then you send a WhatsApp. Why I'm not using Facebook for those things, because I've sent several messages on Facebook, the messenger. They don't open. People phone me saying this thing is not opening. So now I've decided to close using messages, or yeah, sending messages by Facebook, and I'm using now the WhatsApp, because WhatsApp is clear, it's direct, it goes straight to where it's being sent. So that covers now the people who are unemployed. Now, there are a lot of other things that we do for businesses, like raising corporate finance, opening marketing opportunities for those that already run businesses, and so on. There's quite a lot of activity there that is taking place, but it also goes back to you to say what you want or ask some specific question. Now, under the pillar 3, which is socio-economic development, there's also rural development. The rural development, we've pinned it down to 2 things, which is animal farming and also the plant farming, which is basically ukulima nokufuya, if I can simplify it. We do have access to some land grants that can assist people in the rural areas to undertake projects of farming. So if you know that you have got a lot of land that lies fallow, I know, for example, in the Eastern Cape rural areas, there's a lot of land that lies fallow there. If you are one of those people, abanamasimi, you need to sit down, you give us the details of that land, how much is it in terms of size, and so on and so on. And then we put together a deal for you. Again, now, if you have got land that lies fallow, amasimanga linywanga, you have got yourself to blame for not taking the action by informing us. You will never have a situation where you wake up, amasim elinyiwe. You will have to work on it yourself. Again, township development. We actually started the concept of township development in South Africa in 2012. It's all over the show now. It's not a bad thing, it's a good thing, because it means people in the townships are going to get development. We do township development. So what happens now, if you live in a certain township, let's say you live in Soweto or you live in Mlazi, you as a person who stays there, you must tell us what concept you have in your mind. And then we see how do we package that concept and how do we develop that concept that you have so that it reaches the climax to develop the people of your community. It is not possible for me or for us to shop around in all 300 townships of South Africa to say what is it that people need. It's easier if it comes directly from the source where the things are happening. If I can put it like that. Then we are able now to package it, knowing that the original ideas, they come from the people on the ground. So again, we did a lot of that for townships in Port Elizabeth. I even had a tour moving around with some of the people when I was in Port Elizabeth about 6 months, about a year ago now. So now if you write to me, then we will actually visit your township and then do a tour, take pictures, and then we package your concepts that are going to help your people there. Those of Port Elizabeth are actually still in motion, but they take a little bit of time because you're talking of a very large community. So it's something that we do practically almost every day, township development. Now, again, under socio-economic development, we do have something that is called solid gold marriage. I did explain in one of the clips, Facebook post clips, that successful marriages produce successful families. Successful families produce successful entrepreneurs. Successful entrepreneurs produce a healthy economy. So that the economy is booming in certain countries is not a miracle. It is because the groundwork was done at a level of a nuclear family. So that is why we included a concept that is called solid gold marriage, which is basically forms the basis of the broader macroeconomic framework. What happens there? Solid gold marriage is intended to help you to attract a responsible spouse. It's intended to stabilize your marriage that is in havoc. It's intended to make sure that the divorce does not take place, and so on and so on. So what we actually do in that program, we'll give you a book. It's about 150 pages. It addresses all issues that talks to your marriage, whether to attract a responsible spouse, to prevent a divorce, to make sure that the family is a happy and stable family. You buy that book for 100 Rand only, 150 pages. But you must also buy the book called The Code of BaThembu Law, which costs 100 Rand. You read those two books by yourself first. That's how it happens. You read, they are written in simple language. Even a child who's doing grade 6 or grade 4 will be able to understand the manner in which they are written. So you will not struggle. You read those books by yourself. Then once you finish reading those books by yourself, then now the second level is that you'll get professional guidance as to how do you do this, how do you do that. That professional guidance could be in writing. That professional guidance could be in a form of a video chats and so on. But at the end of the day, if you get into that program, you'll get what you got into that program for. That's as far as I can take it. So that we have got nuclear families that form the basis of a strong macroeconomic framework of our country. It's not a miracle. It's because it is built from the level where the people are. Now, with socio-economic development, like I said, it's a very broad concept. It's not possible for me to touch on everything that is there, but there's quite a lot. So yours is that you must visit the Facebook post that I'm posting every day, that I'm putting every day, so that you actually get to understand it better. You always know something when you participate. You can't know something by being a spectator. So with those few words, I'm then now wrapping up pillar number 3, and I'm going to rush to pillar number 4. Thank you. God bless you.